Then I remembered a story when we were back in university. So a friend of mine had his cousins, visit Nigeria for the first time, Abuja. This was back in 2012 or 2013. All right. So it was the first time they were in Nigeria. They had never been to the country. Yes, they would go online, Skype. Oh, my cousin, hi, is Nigeria. Yada, 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 yada. All great. Good. Now they come home. Two boys now. They come home. The first evening, everybody was tired, jet lagged, they slept. The following morning, his mom makes one delicious rice and stew. Now, all this rice stew that will have chicken, plenty beef inside, And she said, she's going to work. Everybody have a good day. Now, these two boys, they're Americans, but Nigerian, they've never been to Nigeria. So they have the breakfast, eggs and everything. In the afternoon, Momsy comes back, time to dish lunch, and she's tired. She's like, okay, you guys should go take rice and stew. Now, everybody in the house, the Nigerian house, they know the unwritten law in the Nigerian household. I don't know about yours. The unwritten law is that the children take their rice and their stew and one piece of meat or chicken. That's it. As if you're nice. One piece of meat and chicken is the daddies and aunties that want to take 2, 3. It's one of those weird laws, but here I know it's very popular. Now, these boys came in, all right, entered the kitchen. They've seen their cousins take, the rice and stew. They taste the stew. Oh, this is so delicious. And then, whole pot of stew, these two boys, each of them carried about 4 pieces of big meat. Put inside the rice, on top of the rice. Bam, 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 bam. They went, sat down. When they brought the meal to the dining table, my friend said his mother's mouth, her jaw dropped. Like, what? After that day, that was the end. No more serving yourself. She was coming over, making sure that everybody had the meals and the rations that she was able to provide. But you see, for those boys, look, meat is something that they will eat very regularly, very easily. But you know what? See that meat story? It led to problems because these young boys became restless. Oh my God, how are you giving us only one piece of beef? What's going on? Are we poor? What's going on? Are you trying to be rude to us? You don't like us? We want to go back to the States. Because of beef. Because of beef, ladies and gentlemen. So, whilst you're making your plans this morning, once again, I ask you, how good a host are you? And then, how do you deal with difficult holiday guests? That's the big question this morning.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
As always, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see it or hear it, please do not make mention of it. Very importantly, do not make inciting statements. Now, numbers to call 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. How good a host are you? And then, how do you manage difficult holiday guests? No other period puts a lot more pressure on people, particularly Nigerians, as Christmas does. Easter, not so much. Ramadan, maybe for the Muslims, but still not so much, right? But better is the big salah, the small salah. It's not so. But you see, the end of the year, this particular holiday, oh my goodness, you are going to be seeing and hearing things. So, are you prepared to receive your in-laws? Are you prepared to receive your cousins? Are you prepared to receive your family friends whom you haven't seen maybe 2-3 years? I know a few days ago we talked about the I Just Got Back gang, right? Fair enough. But now it's 3 days to Christmas. Some of them are already in your houses right now. Some of those guests are at your homes right now. Some of you have also visited the homes of your relatives where you'll be spending the Christmas and maybe probably the New Year, whether it's in the village or here in Port Harcourt. So once again, when you call in, please remember, ask yourself this question, and I'm going to ask you, are you a good host? Very importantly, how do you manage difficult holiday guests? Because like I said, no other period puts a lot more pressure on people as this Christmas period. Some people have stepped away from their family because of something that happened over the Christmas holidays. Some people have become more endeared, more connected over this period. Which one are you? On Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. That's our Facebook handle, by the way. Fego, am I pronouncing this Fegelo, right? Fegelo, Faith Fegelo says, I'm always available and hospitable to all, or to almost to all, most especially, all right, at the holiday times. Fego, really? Sorry, Fegalo. All right, really? You are a great host. Great. Now tell me, how do you manage those difficult holiday guests? WhatsApp, this one, Sam here says, hi Jude, good morning. A lot of people don't like to admit this, but during the holidays, that's when a lot of bad blood is generated. You come to some people's houses. Yes, they are family, they could be friends, but yet you leave a bad taste in their mouth. Some people, when they come and visit you, they think they're in a hotel. They decide to do everything they possibly can to frustrate you. During the holidays, I always tell my wife, once it's New Year Day, the next day, everybody go home. Once it's New Year, after New Year, New Year is January 1st. So after the 1st of January, the second day, you tell everybody to go home. That's his law. Do you have any, particular way you like to handle things at home? When those difficult guests come, how do you manage them? I really want to find out this morning. All right, this one is from Steven. Steven says, good morning, Jude. It's not always easy to have family and friends over, particularly during a period like this. There's a lot of pressure on your rent. How is that? Okay, there's a lot of pressure on your rent. There's a lot of pressure, on your feeding, on your light bill. If you used to spend 5,000 naira for light bill, Jude, trust me, when those people come, you spend nothing less than 10,000 naira. My plan is always to spend only 5 days in anywhere I'm going to, even in the village. Once it's more than 5 days, I come back. I cannot stress anybody. Nobody should stress me, Stephen. All right, thank you very much. This is Stephen in Port Harcourt. 017-923-0002. 017-923-0003. 017-923-0002. 017-923-0003. Please, once again, when you're calling, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Don't forget there is a call screener, so please make use of the call screener. Just drop your name and your location, and we have a conversation with you, please. I don't go where I'm not asked to, and before I use anything, even their bathroom, Jude, they've told me where it is, but I always ask, is it okay to go there? Particularly when it's not in my own room. We should learn how to be civil when we are playing guest and host, particularly outside our state. This period is going to be very difficult for you, Jude. I can bet you people are going to tell you of how their husbands and their wives have caused quarrels during Christmas. I don't want to hear quarrels. All right? Let me say this very quickly. I don't want to hear quarrels, but I know they will come. They will come. Like I said yesterday, just walking past, and the woman was shouting, if you know your brothers are not going to spend only 5 days in this house, let them not come. That for me, that's already grounds for a big argument. The wife is complaining that, look, 5 days is okay. Nobody should spend more than 5 days in our house. And I can understand that. Maybe because of food, and what's that? Stevie was talking about light bills. That if you're paying 5,000 naira, once you have people in your house, you may end up spending twice that or double that. And it's true, because more people mean you have to have the lights on more often, more frequently, and for longer hours or longer periods of time. Obviously, you're going to cook more. all right, then if you have to put on your generator, guess what? It has to be on longer. You have to buy more fuel and obviously more food, more groceries, toilet paper, bathing soap, air freshener, you name it. You're going to spend more just because 2 people or 3 people have come to your house. But what do? Do you not tell them to come home? Hey, they're family. They are family. Well, we have a message here from Anonymous before we go on a break. It says that the way I handle anyone that claims to be difficult is to draw and enforce boundaries. Do not come to my house if you are going to be disrespectful. If you're planning to cause me problems or discomfort, please stay in your own house or go where your bad behavior is tolerated or enabled. Don't even visit, not to talk of staying overnight. But that's the thing. What if, this is a first-time visitor? What if? Like the person my first story I just shared with you, cousins whom they've never met before, only to speak over Skype and everything. Yeah, they've come to Nigeria. Yeah, great. And then they now carry all the big pieces of meat on their plates just because the mom was trying to be, lenient, free-handed. Hello, Pasaka returns. Meat is a big problem these days.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info.
have left Port Harcourt, or you are planning to leave Port Harcourt very shortly, and you're going to spend time, maybe with cousins, maybe with uncles, or maybe with family friends somewhere else, or you are playing host. Now, I have a twofold question. When you call in, like I said, I'm going to ask you, are you a good host? Do you think you're a good host? And then, secondly, and probably most importantly, I think you need to hear this. How do you manage a difficult guest? How do you manage? And this is not to say that some hosts can be difficult. It's very possible. Once we're on this conversation as well, it's very, very possible. So let's get to the phone lines and let's start to engage you. Please turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't hear those things. Do not make don't make mention of those things. And very importantly, please do not make inciting statements. Numbers to call: 0817 923 0007, 0817 923 0003, 0817 923 0007, 0817 923 0003. Then you can get us on WhatsApp, which some of you are doing already. Somebody's already said. Somebody's sending me a riddle for the show. Don't worry, just hold on. We get to that bit later on the program. All right, it's 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. All right, that's where you find us on WhatsApp and on Telegram. And then at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH, is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Comprende?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
All right, WhatsApp messages, let's get to them. This one here says, Jude, good morning. Greetings from Ogbakri. Yeah, Ogbakri is that place where they have that famous, Wisner granite, right? I should go get me some today. Really should. Now, for me, nobody is allowed to practice serve yourself in my kitchen. If you want to have serve yourself dishes, then try and attend Obi Kubana's birthday. We don't do that in our family. Americana from Obakri. Once again, let me say this. It was a one-time occurrence, all right? My friend's mother was like, okay, because, in their house, people go serve themselves. You want to eat, you go to the kitchen, you take your food and you come back. You take what you can finish. All right, you take exactly what you can finish. In fact, it wasn't until we were adults before my mom started that. When we were much younger, my mom would serve us, and then if you want more, she go get you more. Then I think when we were 18 or 19, then okay, you can go and serve yourself. The food is there, blah 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 blah. But like I said, there is this unwritten law in Nigeria that as long as you are not the mommy or the daddy of the house or the older people in the house, you are not allowed to take more than a piece of meat, or if you're lucky, a piece of chicken or fish. Only one per person. In fact, in some places, I remember visiting somewhere and they'll share 2 to 1. So if it's a piece of fish, the center bit, one person takes one part. Then if it's the tail, divided by 2. That's how the meal was shared. And everybody's okay. But this chairman, coming from America, right? They came from America, and they said, "Oh, the food is there. Help yourself." And they helped themselves. They packed plenty meat on top of their rice and stew. Plenty. And my friend's mom was livid. So since then, yes, she'd serve them. She did not say you can come and serve yourself. It's not free for all. But hey. You people are like teenagers. You should be able to handle yourselves. That's how that happened. Okay, now let's go on. This one here says, I think people are confused about the word family, and that's why they keep finding themselves in avoidable situations. Who told you that being related by DNA to me or my husband makes you my family? I only write for those who write for me. I go out of my way for those who go out of their way for me. I only welcome and celebrate those who respect me, and I extend it to their offsprings too. So, if your father or mother doesn't or didn't respect me. Don't come to my house, so I will not cater to you. That one is even far. You won't even enter the compound, not to talk of the house. Go and be with your difficult, untrained, disrespectful self in the houses of those who tolerate you or are afraid of your parents. This person has had some experiences. Okay, all right, next message here. Sorry. I don't know if there's anything wrong with the call lines, but once again, the call number 017923 0002, 017923 0007, 017923 0002, 017923 0007. Jude, Mr. Jude, I am a terrible host. Wow. I am an introvert and I easily get exhausted and irritated by people's presence. I am a neat freak too, and some guests will just come to your house and not bother to leave things the way they find them. Okay, no name here. So does that mean you don't entertain guests at all? At all? So what about when you go out? If you have to, like go to the village, for example, or, you are invited for Christmas dinner and say spend the night. What do you do? Really? What do you do? Very curious though. But yeah, I can understand. Some people like their things the way that they are. The pen is on this table, the glass on this table. Don't move them. Just leave them the way that they are. Don't touch them. Don't stress me. I have OCD. All right. This one here says, hi, G, good morning. A lot of families won't want to hear this, but it's not everybody that should come to your house during Christmas. Let them stay in their house. Give them money. Send them the transport that they would have used. Let them stay in their house, buy the rice and cook the yams, not to come to your house and stress you. Usually, it's during the holidays that the spies come and cause havoc in families. Zion is in GRA. Zion, good morning to you, please.
Compliment of the season, Mr. Jude.
Good morning to you. Compliments, Zion. Are you a good host, Zion?
I think your discourse is directed or channeled to me directly. You just want to attack me this morning.
I'm not. I'm a man of peace. Peace is my name.
One reason people leave their house to your place is because they are looking for comfort. They just want an atmosphere for a peaceful mind. Somewhere they can reason and be themselves. At least for once, they want to escape from that other environment to another place. So you have to make your place comfortable for them.
It's a bad idea. That's pretty expected.
If you come to my house now, it is jammed.
The place is full.
Jam. And when I mean jam, it's jam. By the grace of God, it's a duplex, up and down.
Okay.
What is that? Is it the Wi-Fi for the teenagers and for the youths to browse? They have it by the grace of God.
So that's more expenses for you this period?
I will not mention their beg. No go there for security reasons.
No, but no, it's very clear.
To you, all through the night, all the ACs, the fans, the lights are turned off. These kids don't sleep.
But Zion, let me ask you: are you comfortable with the arrangement as it is?
Oh yes, I prepared it for them.
Okay.
It's deliberate. See, the truth is this. Know that they don't have other places to go, but they choose to come to your own place to tell you that there is something they have connected with you to them and they feel comfortable. To tell you that you are somebody it's an honor. I will tell you that there are a lot of people in Port Harcourt right now under the auspices of this discussion. They have all the money to give you. They can buy car for you. But since morning till now, nobody have called them. Sister, good morning, compliment to the city. And their phones are on, they're expecting such a call. Nobody have even messaged them. And yet they're expecting such message they have not received. As I'm talking to you, a lot of people need Christmas gifts. And these particular people have enough in their account.
But what if
them.
What if they don't like the way people treat them and that's why they stay on their lane, Zion?
Jude, that is a deliberate somebody that have a deformed attitude.
Really? So Zion, let me ask you. As your house is now, are you saying if somebody, and this is what we're talking about, dealing with difficult guests, if any of the family members who are in your house does something that upsets your wife, right? Are you saying that you will not address that issue immediately? You just let it fly?
What kind of, we have already been managing and seeing this situation before now. So who is that person that will come and disrespect the wife or the children or abuse anybody? Even you say, what do they see yourself? Your friend go there saying, I better respect myself or yet they go walk me out too.
Okay.
And it also narrows down to you, the host. Most of us, we are the problem. We make ourselves so toxic before them, they can't approach us. See, Jude, from 5:30, they started knocking at my door. Daddy, good morning, happy Christmas, compliment of the season. Even those ones that are guests, do you know that most of us as fathers, most of us, we are so toxic that our children can't even open the door to greet us good morning, Daddy, because they don't know what they are going to respond. They can't even argue. They can't even say that I want to peck you on your stomach. Then I want to peck you from your back. Let me massage you. In the morning, we are toxic with the host. Most of us are toxic. When they come to visit us, we don't smile. We don't tell them. We don't greet them. We are not even associating with them. They will feel, even when my mommy carry me come, so am I safe here? This one that your father is just frowning his face. He's not greeting us. He's not talking to us. No, sir. As a guest that is ready, as a host, ready to host them, you should even set the table in the morning. Some of them slept late here as I'm talking to you. They slept late. They have everything they are looking for. The truth is, heaven and earth knows that they are coming here to rest, and we will know. Do you know that one wake them? Because I knew they slept. Do you know that it was after 1, they ordered for popcorn from somewhere, somebody brought it to the gate?
Wait, after 1, that's 1 a.m.
I am telling you, 1 a.m. this morning.
And somebody actually delivered their popcorn to them.
They deliver it to their gate here in Port Harcourt.
Interesting.
They order for popcorn. See, it was even the security that called me. Do you give access to this? I was afraid. Who called person this by this time? I came here. I called back. They say we ordered for this and this and that. My brother, I closed my mouth. The truth is this. This is a season for love. An atmosphere where family can unite. Even broken marriages can be fixed at a time like this.
Interesting.
Marriages can be contracted at a time like this.
Oh, yeah, we do that.
Business opportunity contract. Job opportunity, because you go visit them, no worry, when there's opening by February 15th, when we resume, I will call your brother for this job opportunity. Don't worry, I beg, don't forget me. You see, this season is a time where the Holy Spirit of God is dwelling on us like a dew. You see the way snow is falling in America? That is why the presence of God is falling on us here on Nigeria. So if you have the understanding, you will deal to it. But if you thought it's normal days and nobody that's abusing people, hate people, they are our enemies, continue. 2014 will finish, you no get job. Nobody rent for you. Nobody even does you 5,000 naira. You know, from January 2023 to date, nobody can play with this season.
Okay, all right, Zion, thank you very much. I say you should play with the season. Now, interesting, this one here said, G, good morning. Your caller is speaking like an idealist, and this kind of things are meant to happen ideally. But Jude, you and I both know all over the world that there are scenarios where people would come and cause havoc in your house, not because they intentionally want to, but it's because it's who they are. People don't really know how to handle boundaries, and sometimes they take for granted the holiday season and they want to be flippant and just a menace to society. For me, if I get to have anybody come to my house, 3 days maximum, whether you are kind, whether you are playful, whether you bring all your food from your house to my house, 3 days, Oga, pack your load and go home. End of story. Sylvia says, 3 days, pack your load and go home. So there are boundaries. So some of you think you must Have boundaries. But Tara makes a very great point that, look, this is the holiday season. There's nothing wrong with sharing, goodwill, have some positivity around. And I think there is truth. I'll probably say there is actually truth in his comment about, people who are convivial. Those of you who know that uncle whose house everybody just wants to go to. He may not be the wealthiest, but everybody just wants to go to that house. That house is the meet point. And then you have people, like he said, that, they have great houses, they're doing very well, they live in comfortable, locations, but nobody. The house is empty. It's probably him and the wife and their 3 or 4 children. And look, if you listen to me, if that's your scenario, I'm not saying it's a bad scenario. If it's what you chose, if it's because you can't have family over or you don't trust your family, it's okay. Personally, I think it's okay. But what is life really without sharing the things that you have? Really? What is life without sharing those things that you've worked hard for? All right, Fabian here says, Jude, good morning. Let's be very honest to each other. Jude, there are some people who are just fantastic hosts. You want to stay in their house because they cook well, they are hospitable, and they are great conversationalists. You will hear gist from morning till night. I had an uncle whose house everybody will come to during the Christmas holiday. Why? This man used to work in the civil service and he had stories upon stories upon stories. We were never bored in his house and we would often stay there, not because he had so much to give, but because he was great company. His cousins, his own children, everybody will come to that house, they will eat and then they will go home. That's the way you respect people. If the person is respectful, you will not come and bring your bad vibe to the house. All right, Fabian, if they're respectful, you will not bring the bad vibes to your house. Okay, all right, let's see. Okay, follow suit. Okay, Aaron Sukubo, I'm not following your narrative right now. Please, if you can resend that message, that'll be very helpful. Thank you very much. Now, Ogu Justice on Facebook, don't forget, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Ogu Justice says it's more private dealing. Saying anything about people I pay host to wouldn't be nice. Do what you can, be nice, and speak less publicly. Okay, all right. Loretta says, good morning, presenter. One of my friends wants to spend the holiday in my house for the Christmas. I told her I am not going to travel because I'm avoiding spending. All right, but Loretta, are you going to be a good host to this person if she eventually comes? You are not traveling. All right, so are you ready? Or are you indirectly telling her, oh girl, don't come, I don't have money to host? And once again, you are well within your right to express your limitations, particularly during this period. If you can't fund a holiday, then please don't incur any debt, right? Don't create high blood pressure, for yourself. Just stay in your lane. All right. So it says, I have seen enough to enter my villain era. All right. Do you know the elders of my husband's hometown were so mad at me because they were like, something you did in the past life. Past life, okay. Caused you and your husband great pain, and it's a serious consequences for others. Now you're about to repeat it in this life by welcoming evil people, and you say you are family because they're related to you or your husband. Do you not learn? Interesting. Vincent here says, good morning, Uncle Jude. When it comes to holidays, there are some people's houses that everybody likes. They have everything. Big house, big TV, and there's always power in those areas. Who wouldn't want to go there? For me, I would like to go to places where I know my friends will be there and their family is easy. Oh, okay. All right. No problem. Jude, Stay for as much as you like, but just use your head, especially for adults. Use your head in my zone, or I'll kick you out with strong words that can depress you. If you eat randomly, try and support the kitchen randomly. You use the AC randomly, try and sub the meter randomly, and so on. Just use your head. That's all. Oluwatami Lola says, use your head randomly. Right? Like I said, when you have more guests, you're going to spend more. The last caller said, look, hey, the children slept with the AC on through the night. That's a lot. 92.3. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning, please. Hello.
Hello, Jude.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Aaron,
welcome. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
hi.
Please.
Yes, please.
Look, Jude, I think if I'm privileged to have such kind of people within my midst or in my house, I'll be pleased to have them. Because sometimes the kind of intonations and the way they do things, it kind of baffles the children. They learn from them.
Oh, okay. You're making reference. You're making reference to cousins or family who come from outside the country.
True.
Okay.
Okay. So those are the characteristics about them. They are very, very unique. In terms of the Nigerian kids, when they see people like that, they kind of learn from them.
Okay.
The observation. Sometimes I stay with my auntie who has invited us, Americans to her house. And sometimes when there is power outage in the house, she'll say, go get fuel. And then I will say, okay, I'm going to get fuel, which is a Nigerian. And they will say, okay, you mean fuel?
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Yeah, so it's good.
No, it's good to have that blend, that mix. But what if they are badly behaved? And some of them can be.
The way they... Say that again.
What if your guests are badly behaved? Because some of them can be badly behaved.
Well, if they do, then they have to standard. It's either they stay where they're coming from, or we have a principle to follow.
Okay. We have a principle to follow. All right. Thank you very much. That's Aaron Sukubo there. Like I said, I wasn't following his narration on the text portal, so I'm very pleased he was able to call. Now, good morning, Jude. I'm a host to 3 children in my home, and I also have 3 children. I don't take their visit for granted, so I treat them as I treat my children. I have their day planned up with different activities from books, puzzles, coloring, cleaning, etc. to keep them engaged and make sure that they are not hungry. It's been fun though, but a bit stressful, so I don't have help at my home. I don't have help at my home. Pretty good. Nice.
Omo, you're always on your phone. You don't even have time for your guys anymore. Where you they see this data?
Sorry, bro. It's Ayoba.
Ayoba? Which babe is that one again?
Ayoba is not a babe. It's the all-in-one app that lets you chat and call friends, listen to music, play games, get trendy gist, and many more.